Ok, alors, bonjour, je reçois ce matin deux photoreporters chevronnés, Alex Maioli et Paolo Pellegrini, sont deux photographes de l'agence Magnum qui travaillent pour les plus grands magazines, qui sont capables d'aller au front et de ramener des images brûlantes d'actualité, mais qui nourrissent aussi tous les deux un intense questionnement sur leur pratique photographique et sur les raisons qui les conduisent à accepter ou pas un sujet, puis à trouver la forme adéquate pour en rendre compte. Donc ils présentent au magasin électrique un travail sur la République du Congo qu'ils ont réalisé en duo. Hier, je recevais Paolo Woods et Gabriele Galiberti qui ont eux aussi travaillé en binôme sur leur projet sur les paradis fiscaux. Et il semblerait donc que la notion d'auteur en photographie, notion qui a beaucoup compté à une époque, ne compte peut-être plus tout à fait autant, ou alors, je ne sais pas, peut-être plus de la même façon. On va en parler avec Alex et Paolo, et puis on va parler de l'Afrique, bien sûr. Mais pour démarrer cette rencontre, je vais commencer par une question finalement très simple. Comment est né ce projet? Je crois qu'il est né d'une commande, mais voilà, expliquez-nous un peu la genèse de cette histoire.
I think it was it started as basically there are these collectors and also gallerists that were interested in the country and also other countries, by the way. And then they offer us these, you know, they, instead of just simply buy, and they want to commission artists, two artists to go in one of those countries and do a carte blanche, where asking us to walk there, drive there, meet people, and do whatever we want, which is a dream job, actually, if you think.
C'est un pays que vous connaissiez, l'un ou l'autre, ou ni l'un ni l'autre?
We work extensively in Africa everywhere, but that was one of the reasons we accepted this challenge to go in this country, because it's the Brazzaville, Congo, not the DRC, so which there's no actually any photographic record since a long time. Nadar was one of the latest. They did some picture there. So for us, like, well, let's do it. It's a great opportunity to work together again after the experience we had. I think maybe you're going to ask that later. No, the experience we had.
Oui, parce que c'est vrai qu'en général, on connaît plutôt le pays de l'autre côté de la frontière, hein, c'est-à-dire la République démocratique du Congo. On a beaucoup documenté Kinshasa, mais peut-être vous pouvez bien différencier pour le public, parce que c'est pas évident. Ouais.
No, well, the other Congo is the Kinshasa Congo, is so-called, is way bigger. And there's a war going on since ever. There are these two factions. Now it's called M23, or maybe they already changed the name, but it's always the same ritual. Photographers mostly go there to cover that event. Sometimes they go to Kinshasa, but generally it's like what's always coming out from that DRC country. Brazzaville is Congo-Brazzaville is. Let's say a little more stable country and same tribe, but
yeah, which was also to a degree, I think, sort of an aspect of the of this challenge, sort of this project. You know, the fact, you know, to go to a place that doesn't have sort of an event, sort of, or a series of strong, sort of formidable, sort of events, like a conflict or a social unrest. I mean, as Alex mentioned, sort of one of the inputs or the ideas of the commissioners of this foundation sort of was sort of they had noticed that since the end of the French colonial experience, sort of in the 60s to today, sort of there was a big gap in documentation in this country, because it is in fact sort of the lesser known Congo. Sort of it is it's politically more stable, sort of socially more stable, sort of relatively sort of more sort of wealthy, sort of, and we were both intrigued by this idea sort of of going to a place sort of without sort of a clear sort of a sense of we'll photograph two factions at war or an unrest, something which we do sort of professionally and we've done for so many years. This was more another type of exercise, more freestyle, more open, sort of more about really sort of letting go sort of our codes and structures and just experiencing a sort of a place, a sense of place,
Vous avez l'air de prendre pour acquis le fait que vous avez travaillé en duo, mais travailler en duo quand on est photographe, c'est peut-être pas si évident que ça. Comment d'abord est née l'idée du duo et comment avez-vous partagé la tâche? Vous avez voyagé ensemble, vous avez travaillé séparément. Comment ça s'est passé?
Well, what's happened is really simply an echo from a project we did in 2004 with other two photographers, a friend of ours, Thomas Dvorak and Ilkka Uimonen. We did in 2000. It's really important. Just stop a second about this. In 2004, we were really engaged photographer with the magazine and with the stories around covering events around the world. At some point, we sit down and say, "What we're doing? What all this about?" And then we start to reform and re-edit actually and create a new script from our archives, taking off the caption, taking off the idea of the purpose where the speech were made for, and then play around. Really, it was a beautiful experience, and ended up to be an exhibition called Off Broadway. From that experience, our careers really took careers, bad name. Our life took. We get inspired each other. Our photography start to look alike. We were like it's like open a box, and this box more or less worked the same way for all of us individually. Later, Ilkka started to work on a new pattern. Paolo, me, Thomas, and we missed that. So when came this opportunity for me and Paolo, said, let's do another Off-Broadway together with this Congo thing. In this case, we in the field we worked. We didn't take out from our archive like we did in Off-Broadway. We say, let's do it physically. And so we went physically. Basically, we were traveling together in Congo, sharing dinners, thought, and then every trip sharing the edit, and from there going back with new stimulus. Stimulus, can I say in English? New.
Mais techniquement, vous ne passiez pas la journée tous les deux ensemble sur les mêmes lieux, ou ça a pu arriver?
No.
Yeah, we did travel together all the time. Sort of, it was a number of trips. Sort of we always
dans l'ensemble du pays
went together. So, yeah. We traveled a lot.
Donc
So
there
was absolutely not a sense of there wasn't an idea sort of doing an encyclopedic sort of or covering the whole sort of that was never sort of the ambition of the project. But having said that, yes, we did travel quite a bit, sort of but in a very with a sense of discovery, sort of rather than than a sense of planning. And as Alex said, and I'll just reinforce, so the seed sort of this project was planted in 2004. So Off-Broadway was a very defining, signifying moment, sort of in our parcours, in our journey, sort of, because it made us realize, sort of in a precise way, sort of in a conscious way, sort of that what we were doing, sort of as photojournalists, could also have another life, sort of in another sense, sort of, and by this process of re-editing and of disappearing at the same time, sort of as authors, we created sort of a language or a meta sort of authorship, so between the. In that case, 4 of us, and in this case 2, sort of, and we were very interested in that idea, sort of in exploring that idea again, and also, so I think there's friendship, obviously, sort of, there's a lot of respect, sort of, and like this is not something I would have done, for example, with with somebody else rather than Alex. I think, sort of, at this point.
Same for me.
Oui, mais vous dites, nous disparaissons derrière nos images. Vous disparaissez pas du tout en réalité, parce que il y a vraiment une identification de vos styles qui est très claire. On reconnaît parfaitement. D'abord parce que vous avez fait des formats différents. Donc, je dirais à la limite, quand Paolo et Gabriele Galimberti choisissent d'avoir une seule chambre photographique et décident ensemble de faire la photo. Là, d'une certaine façon, ils disparaissent derrière l'image. Mais vous, il y a cette espèce de paradoxe qui est que...
But it's exactly that. It's the tension sort of between being sort of fully sort of ourselves, but also sort of fully sort of something else, sort of, and it's between these two points.
You have to be...
Yeah.
Oui,
Yeah,
alors...
but in this case, basically, there's two, well, let's say two power that actually could be stronger than stars.
On dirait qu'il y a un fleuve et deux affluents.
Yeah, but that's also why we hired like a designer and editors that help us to put this river, as you call it, as a river more fluid. In fact, it's not that actually taking picture is really pretty much simple compared to the process after to create the book, and everything comes with that. We have to imagine tons of images where with Yolanda and Daria editing in Paris. Okay, let's do another one in New York. Let's do 1 week in New York, and then we come out with a dummy, but then completely different, and then. Is that don't think it's just good picture and good photographer. It's really that actually is the biggest part of the work. I think for Paolo and Galimberti is basically the edit is already done the moment you do the picture. That's it. Is actually you can do something. I hope it's here to say to confirm what I'm saying. I think that on the table you can almost already know how it's going to be the project. For us, it's the opposite. We don't know what it's going to be. And you go back home and say, "Oh, now what are we gonna do?" I think is that where the big difference.
Oui, mais en attendant, c'est vrai que du coup, vous avez fait un travail extrêmement diversifié, où on voit bien dans le livre comme dans l'exposition, des portraits posés, des photos prises à la volée, des photos de rue, des photos de paysages, des gros plans de nature, des collages, des films, des grands panneaux d'affiches lacérées. Enfin, quelle était finalement votre intention dans cette façon de démultiplier les propositions visuelles ? Est-ce qu'il y avait quelque chose de l'ordre de la polyphonie, du musical?
I think it's our sort of palette, if you will. Sort of, these are all things that we do sort of as photographers. Certainly, sort of there is we come sort of from a sort of a documentary tradition. So the idea sort of the found picture, the found moment, is central sort of to what we do. But also, if that is the cornerstone, then there's also sort of an interest in portraiture, sort of in landscape, in sort of something very sort of interesting that Alex does, sort of with the idea sort of the relationship sort of between reality and fiction, so it's the ambition really sort of was only sort of to create this experience sort of in a place sort of and to and to be truthful sort of to the to what we were experiencing sort of and what we were sort of day by day discovering, and
Mais au-delà de l'expérience, est-ce qu'il y a peut-être l'idée tout simplement qu'en démultipliant les propositions, on déconstruit aussi le regard sur un pays, on déconstruit le regard sur l'Afrique, et parce qu'il y a aussi des visions qui sont très stéréotypées sur l'Afrique. Donc est-ce que cette ouverture de champ, c'est aussi une façon de dire il y a 1000 façons de regarder
absolutely,
ce pays?
absolutely. So one of the things that we that we were we've been most attentive to at the beginning of this project, in our conversations, and in the process of accepting the commission, etc. Is how to represent a continent or a country within a continent, that is so often the object of cultural stereotypes and so. Yes, by, I use the word experience because I think it's and earlier I said, going with the flow, because really we tried to disappear in the experience of discovery, and using photography simply as a moment that would as a testament of something that we were finding along the way, so with not many preconceptions and as I said, the sense of discovery, and the multitude of photographic proposals reflects that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see so many. I see different format, different look sometimes, but I see a solid one, content driven project in a way. Yes, sometimes there are panoramics, sometimes not. But I don't get exposed so much about the kind of technique has been used to do the project. We wanted, I think that the aim of the project is want to have an experience beside how it looks what you see in the wall or in the book, Just sometimes in the book there are pictures that would never be edited, so-called good pictures, but in the flow looks really, it brings you from one place to another place emotionally. So that for me was more important than I think. Yeah, but there is an anecdote. We were photographing together these pygmies, and all the time these pygmies were coming back to the book. We were saying, "Okay, well, what do we do with these pygmies? What are we doing with these pygmies?" And then we decide to. There is one pygmy only in the exhibition, and he doesn't look a pygmy. He looks like a beautiful-looking guy, and it's nothing to do with the idea of anthropology anymore. So this is one of the examples you do when you go back home, and then you take a decision let's not deal with pygmies. Let's not do that. Let's just free it up, mm-hmm. and let the people decide what they want to think.
Mm-hmm. Mais alors, je vais vous donner moi mon sentiment, effectivement, puisque j'ai parcouru évidemment l'exposition. Et c'est vrai que on pourrait se dire que vous déconstruisez le regard de l'Afrique, sur l'Afrique parce que l'Afrique change. Mais on sait que l'Afrique change pour des raisons qui sont beaucoup économiques, c'est-à-dire qu'il y a les Chinois qui arrivent, il y a l'émergence d'une nouvelle bourgeoisie, il y a toujours le problème de la corruption, mais c'est en train de bouger aussi, là aussi. Donc, mais ça, ce n'est pas forcément des éléments qu'on retrouve dans votre exposition. Ce qu'on retrouve dans votre exposition, d'une certaine façon, c'est comme une espèce de force énergétique, de force organique. C'est comme si... vous aviez parfait une espèce de voyage initiatique chargé en mystère et en spiritualité. Donc comme si vous partiez de documents, mais que vous décolliez toujours du document pour aller vers une force poétique.
So this is the thing, yeah. You know what? We have these pictures. If you see Paolo roads, a beautiful as the panoramic, that is a road that Chinese are building. If I would put a caption, you will have it Chinese in a second. you know, oh, this is Chinese arrive and making the roads to Congo, which is happening. And it's there, the picture. The fact we don't put the caption, we won't really like let you be in that road without any social information about the power and the new bourgeoisie. In exhibition is not that evident. There is a discotheque scene where you can see them in the background, but in the book you have this man shaking hand, well dressed in the parliament. Actually, there is a picture in an exhibition where there are the bar of the parliament where the minister is talking actually, and there are these three guys dressed with the white in the bar like this. Is a red picture. That is about power
and politics, economics, and
the fact that there's no caption, it doesn't look anything. Is that what is, you know? We go back to what is true, what is not. Is photography is a lie? You know, we go back to the same philosophy. That's for us the challenge of the exhibition. Not put the caption, not tell you what it is, and you make your own decision. Look at the beauty of the social side, not only the
beauty, the life, the force, sort of the
Oui,
beauty.
ça on le ressent très fort.
Yeah, but
ouais.
it's about, you know, so it was. I mean, as Alex pointed out, so the elements you mentioned, are present. They're there. Sort of they're you know, if one wants to, you know, to connect to them, they exist. You know, politics, corruption, economics, the resources, the exploitation of resources. It's all there.
It's all there.
But I think we, you know, religion, sort of life, in fact, the sort of, you know, and the sort of the experience of life. And
alors quand vous parlez de l'expérience, finalement, ce que vous cherchez aussi, c'est que le regardeur lui-même soit dans un flux d'images et soit lui-même dans une espèce de voyage initiatique au sein de votre...
Exactly. Sorry. Yes. Perfect. And by sort of in a sense.
Mais au risque de les perdre en route aussi.
Yes, absolutely. But that would be even better. So you know that. Because it is a journey, sort of, you know, and by removing aspects, sort of, you know, by removing captions, sort of, by removing, sort of, you know, what are or can be, and in some cases the crutches, you know, will, because of course, you know, if you read a caption, you'll immediately sort of, you know, form sort of an idea, you know, a conception sort of what you're, you know, of what you're being told sort of to experience, sort of, you know, looking at that image. By removing that, sort of, you know, in a sense, sort of we, you know, the ambition sort of is to require an effort, more of an effort, sort of from the viewer, and to make his or her own sort of, you know, journey, sort of, and you know, ideally, I think, you know, most what we can do sort of is create sort of, you know, through our photography, sort of the tool, the elements, sort of, for, you know, each viewer sort of to engage and create his own sort of, you know, parcours, his own sort of voyage sort of into this place. And
I mean, yeah, nothing changed.
So and if, you know, and if the viewer gets lost, sort of, you know, or ends up somewhere else, I think there's a beauty in that, sort of, you know, and because there is no answer, so, you know, there is no definite sort of boundary. It's you know, it's a portion sort of something sort of which has to do with, you know, the life of a place and its people in a given time.
Think about it, in the 16th century, Caravaggio was painting poor people and homeless as a saint. Imagine if we have a caption. Oh, this is like Giuseppe from the taverna, drunk and looking like a son. You know, is that again? Is all perception. Is all about perception.
Est-ce que c'est une expérience que vous auriez pu faire ailleurs, ou est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose qui était intrinsèquement lié à ce pays-là, ou à un moment de votre carrière à vous peut-être, ou est-ce qu'on peut imaginer que si vous aviez été contacté au Cambodge ou ailleurs, vous auriez pu faire le même type d'expérience?
Well, we are working on. We are searching funds for do another experience exactly the same.
No, we'd like to sort of, you know, we'd like to do another project together, sort of, and not in Africa, by the way. Sort of. Yeah, absolutely.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez retenu finalement de ce pays, puisque je pense que vous connaissez pas mal de pays en Afrique. Est-ce qu'il y a une spécificité de ce pays? Il y a des choses qui vous ont interrogé sur l'identité même de ce pays-là, ou sa vitalité particulière, ou...
The only thing I can say is more stable than many of their neighbors countries. You know, it's like we felt really welcomed. That's when you go there without any assignment, so-called assignment, and you do look at the things as they come to your day. And these people they were really welcome to us. So I don't have any judgment. I completely no idea where I was in that sense. You know, it was the main preoccupazione, the main worry is like, okay, I need a good breakfast this morning and then I need a good dinner and a good bed to sleep. To really get to, and a good car, and where I can fill up the car. You know, that's actually was the really basic understanding of the country. I sound superficial, but actually what it is. For me.
No, I think there's two things. I mean, what Alex said, and sort of yes, of course, sort of it's we can make we can say sort of that it's a more stable country. It's a sort of it's politically sort of it's probably better run sort of than other sort of neighboring countries, or some of them certainly sort of very different than the sort of the DRC, even though it's sort of pretty much the same sort of ethnic groups. But having said that, I think it was more sort of about sort of universal values, sort of about people sort of and sort of going about their lives and their day-to-day sort of and so it's obviously sort of about the Congo sort of and about that place sort of and its people sort of but I think sort of what we also found sort of are is something which pertains to humanity. So so birth and love and beauty sort of and overcoming difficulties sort of it really sort of there is a tension between sort of the specific and the universal. So that we try to.
Très fort parce que on voit bien que vous êtes entre l'aller-retour entre le chaos et l'ordre, entre le bruit et le silence, entre les forces de vie, les forces de mort, la lumière.
Well, and nature. I mean, the power, really. So and the very tangible, the very present sort of. Through the ways that we have chosen to live, so we feel less, but I mean it's extraordinary, sort of, and it's there, sort of, and there's mystery, sort of, and something very very intense, which and also inexplicable, maybe, sort of, but it's a force, sort of, and I think we were kidnapped by this force, sort of.
Vous en avez profité pour faire des rencontres. Par exemple, je vois à Paris en ce moment, il y a l'exposition Beauté Congo qui célèbre donc toute la scène artistique, non pas de Brazzaville mais de Kinshasa. Et il y a une scène artistique et musicale très forte. Est-ce que vous avez rencontré de votre côté pas mal d'artistes? Comment l'art s'exprime de l'autre côté de la frontière? C'est plutôt la danse, c'est plutôt la musique? On connaît moins les artistes de cette République du Congo.
Since the day one, actually, we landed in Brazzaville, we start to look for that seriously, intensively. I have to say, unfortunately, we didn't find. There were a lot of music band. There was and this group of artists called the Potopoto, which is a market, by the way, group of artists. We didn't find we engaged with them. There was also a collective, a young photographer. They were trying to have as a fixer, but they don't have a car, and then it's really, logistically it's not that simple. But at the same time, we didn't find that there was that many occasions to create this engagement locally. In fact, the writer we found that collaborated with us actually lives in LA, not in Brazzaville. He's from there. He writes about the country. Is really, oui, is really well. Sorry, is really well. I mean, but he's in LA. Is an example that unfortunately locally you don't have that. It must be difficult, I guess, for them. Yeah.
Alors, même si vous ne revendiquez pas là chacun votre...
Sorry, just to finish, like, the first trip, one of our fixer was this anthropologist that basically most of the time is spending his time in Paris. You understand? He's not he lives between here and there and Paris, and he brought us Solange. The guy, the first trip. Yeah. Anyway, it's not that easy, That's what I want to say.
Mais justement, des photographes comme ça, occidentaux maintenant, qui se baladent en Afrique, c'est facile, c'est difficile, ça devient très difficile.
Logistically, it's really difficult.
From what point of view?
Non, même sur un plan humain, comment vous êtes reçus? C'est
no.
facile de faire des photos dans la rue, c'est facile.
In that sense, in the Congo, sort of,
Yes.
in this Congo, sort of at least, sort of,
Yeah.
we were extraordinarily sort of, well, sort of, welcomed. So, there was actually sort of, I think both Alex and I sort of have a sense that we were sort of given a gift, sort of of being, very free and it's not always the case, obviously. Sort of, it's not always the case in Africa, but not only in Africa. Sort of in Europe or the States. Sort of, it's not the question of Africa or non-Africa. Sort of, it's a question also of how you pose yourself. Sort of how you but specifically, sort of with regards to to this project and to Congo Brazzaville. Sort of, no, we're very aware. Sort of, that we were sort of granted a gift of hospitality.
Yeah, much more difficult to take a picture in Paris than in Congo. Definitely.
J'imagine. Alors, même si Paolo là, si vous et Alex, même si vous ne vous revendiquez pas votre statut d'auteur séparément dans ce projet, n'empêche que, on le disait tout à l'heure, vous avez chacun une esthétique qui est très forte. Donc, je voudrais quand même qu'on y revienne, chacun séparément, parce que vous avez choisi tous les deux des modes d'expression qui sont très spécifiques. Donc, je ne sais pas, on peut commencer par Paolo ou par Alex. Alex, vos photos sont fondées dans ce livre sur des personnages ou sur des scènes qui émergent du noir, d'un noir très très fort, très charbonneux. Et en voyant vos images, je me suis vraiment dit que l'utilisation du noir et blanc avait évolué, mais d'une façon radicale. C'est-à-dire qu'avant, le noir et blanc était quand même le signe d'un certain réalisme. Et aujourd'hui, avec vous et avec d'autres, il est de plus en plus le signe d'un parti pris esthétique très intense. Et dans vos photos, en l'occurrence, il y a même une forme de très très forte dramatisation à partir du noir et blanc, puisqu'il n'y a quasiment même plus de blanc. On est à la limite de la visibilité. Alors comment vous êtes, expliquez-moi cette esthétique, comment elle est née.
Yeah, this question means I failed on my on my parcours.
Alors, mais vous pouvez protester vigoureusement.
No, yeah, because that's I talked actually about this not so long ago with a friend of mine. It's more a process that is this idea have come from our also Italian heritage through Pirandello, the idea that we are all actors in our life, and then from there I over the years, starting from series of project of 2005, 2006, and I tried to find my way out of this thought and I tried to create out of reality a sort of fictionated pictures, but come from a reality. I don't ask anybody to rehearse or to set up picture. Actually, most of the time I lose my time. People goes away because they don't want to be photographed. So the black and white you're talking about is just is actually most of the picture make it during the daylight. Don't ask me technically how you do it. You just put the shutter up and close the aperture, and the flash are really strong.
Vous arrivez avec un matériel très important?
Yeah, well, yes, that is really actually, you need assistant, you can't just do the picture like this. And then you have a flash really high, and then technically I look a scene, and I perform this the thing when I put the flash, and then the people say, what are you doing, or what's going on? And most of the people sometimes it goes away. Who stay, in the few occasions that people stay, they start to play their roles as an actor.
To be themselves.
To be themselves, and then and that's where it intrigues me. Where actually after a while I became invisible. The famous idea, becoming really visible. I become invisible actually, and that they forget about me, or technically, and they start to pump the volume more of what they were doing. So that's the thing I'm trying to do. The aesthetic of that comes with the flash, but also I don't want the flash to be so much protagonist, and I put down the highlights a little bit and create, instead of the white, I create a grayish thing, because I don't want the flash to be protagonist. I want just to have this idea of fiction aesthetically.
Alors, excusez-moi, j'ai le vent qui me fait éternuer.
It's not an aesthetic choice. Let's put it away.
C'est pas possible, vous pouvez pas me dire ça.
I'm telling you, it's like that. I'm sorry. It's like that.
Parce qu'il y a un rendu esthétique qui est très fort, qui est très beau d'ailleurs. Alors, il y a évidemment un rendu qui est celui de l'incertitude face à l'image, puisqu'on ne sait pas très bien dans quel espace-temps, d'une certaine façon, se trouvent vos personnages. Mais il y a aussi un rendu plastique de l'image qui est évident. Les deux sont intrinsèquement liés.
Yes, why not? We're going back to the Cubism, Surrealism, whatever. That's, I think, was not the aim of the painters of those time that think about how it really looks at the things, but just to go a step forward than what has been done the century before. You know, I guess in photography we are on this stage, probably. I don't know.
Alors, est-ce qu'il y a certaines photos du coup qui sont relativement mises en scène ou pas? Je pense pas jamais.
Zero. The only picture that don't go inside that so-called experiment are like example, the funeral is already a stage situation. So in that case, the light helps the light to make that picture part of the same batch. Big Bay is already a theater, you know, there. You don't have to perform the thing, you know. So when you see a funeral, that is already a stage situation, yeah.
Alors, je ne sais pas qui a vu l'exposition. Je vais parler d'une image qui m'a beaucoup intriguée, donc je vais vous interroger sur cette image, qui est celle de cet homme qui est en costume le long d'une voie ferrée, et il avance vers le premier plan, et le long de la voie ferrée, il y a toute une rangée de canapés, comme si on était dans un salon. Donc, c'est une photo très, je vais employer le mot surréaliste, c'est évidemment pas le terme, mais très étrange, très surprenante. Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette scène?
Nothing. I was driving, I saw this sofa next to the railways, and someone sat in the sofa. So I stopped the car and set up my light and photographing this sofa, and the people were actually carrying the sofa back to the deposit, where they store it. They sell them. Yeah, it's beautiful. Always you see everywhere that. So I was doing that. While I was photographing this guy carrying the sofa, this man was walking by, and in fact there is the flash in the middle of the picture. It was photographed on the right. And then I photographed this guy walking, and that's no.
Alors vous parliez de fiction tout à l'heure, mais là, à partir d'une image comme ça,
Yeah,
on peut
in fact,
raconter...
in that case,
vous pouvez
doesn't-
demander, il y a 15 auteurs, ils vous racontent tous 15 histoires différentes.
But the photography is a big lie, you know. It's, what we're talking about, it is like that. But yeah, the stage was on the right, you know, with these guys carrying sofa, and then the light were always like this. And then I saw this guy walking, I did like this. In fact, I have a different kind of light compared to the other picture. It's a backstage picture. It's a backstage, you know. You know, 6 characters in search of author. You know, the guy put on scene, and then but actually the public is the same thing. You know, look, everybody's filming. You know, but someone in the back, there are the translator there, and someone take a picture of them is another lie because there are a lot of people here. So it's like that, life. You know, in love with someone, and then someone betrayed with someone else. You know, it's like it's always like something happening. Life.
Life. Paolo, c'est votre tour. Hein. Vous avez privilégié le panoramique. À part Joseph Koudelka, je ne connais pas tellement de photoreporters qui l'utilisent dans le cadre du reportage. Alors là aussi, est-ce que vous pouvez dire pourquoi vous privilégiez, en tous les cas pour ce travail-là, mais depuis un moment aussi déjà, le panoramique? Quelle est l'aisance vous avez avec ce qui peut sembler très compliqué à manier?
Yeah. Well, in my case, it's way more simple. Sort of. First of all, there's a lot. I mean, you mentioned Koudelka, sort of, but there's a long tradition, you know, starting from Lartigue, sort of, in Larry. You know, there's many people that that work in the panoramic format. What I guess what I was interested in is. Oh my goodness! Is certainly sort of to use film was. So the panoramic is a camera that I was using is a big camera. It's a 6x17. It's a film camera, and I wanted sort of to, in a sense, slow down the process, sort of of certainly recent photography, sort of where sort of with digital, sort of there is an acceleration. There is you tend to shoot more. There is this idea sort of of a photography sort of which runs after sort of video sort of. So I wanted to invert sort of that that idea sort of and to sort of reappropriate myself sort of with also with my sort of beginnings. My in photography sort of where the use of film, sort of the dark room, sort of the light meter, sort of using a tripod. I only had 4 frames, sort of per roll. So it's a slower, much slower sort of process. And
est-ce que vous travaillez sur pied ou pas? Non.
Hein?
Vous étiez sur pied?
Oui,
tripod?
Oui, bien sûr. Oui. Yeah. Using a tripod.
Donc vous aviez tous les deux des dispositifs assez lourds, l'un comme l'autre finalement.
Yeah. But there's an interesting idea, sort of, that Alex touched upon. So because there's always this myth in photography, sort of, about invisibility, about disappearing, but actually it's by becoming more visible, sort of, that you become invisible, sort of, and yes, so this big thing, sort of course, attracted attention, sort of, but then sort of, in a way, sort of, you become part of the scenery after a while. So, and landscape, sort of, and it goes back to what we touched upon earlier, sort of, about when we were talking about nature, about this force, about this presence, sort of, and I felt that I needed sort of a photographic solution, sort of, in format, sort of, which allowed sort of to accommodate sort of with this force that I felt, sort of, and the panoramic, sort of, with the big negative, so this long horizon, so helped me sort of to feel that, to touch that.
Oui, mais dans l'histoire de la peinture ou
Yes,
l'histoire de la
exactly.
photo, le panoramique, en général, il sert beaucoup à dominer le paysage. Je pense même aux campagnes napoléoniennes, et quand il avait gagné un territoire, il commandait des panoramiques pour bien montrer qu'il avait absolument conquis un territoire.
Yeah.
C'est pas du tout ce que vous faites, j'ai l'impression. Vous faites presque un contre-pied, vous ne dominez pas le paysage, vous vous en servez pour entrer de plein pied dans le paysage.
Yes. I mean, I think it's about sort of finding sort of the, or trying sort of to establish a form of dialectic, sort of, with landscape, sort of, rather than, than dominating it, or if anything, it's the opposite, or being dominated. But really, it's more a sort of a way to engage, sort of, with landscape.
Knowing still the human being, because when you say it's panoramic. There are so many things happening in this.
Dans un panoramique, on peut regarder un panoramique beaucoup plus longtemps. On est obligé quasiment de fragmenter l'image pour comprendre tous les éléments. C'est comme un tableau de Bosch ou de Bruegel. Il y a beaucoup d'éléments à intégrer en même temps.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's landscape, but also awareness.
Well, landscape as in sort of as in human landscape, also sort of as in life. I mean, the idea of life, comes back and back again. So but it's
Mais chez vous, il y a presque dans vos photos de rue une chorégraphie. Il y a une dynamique des corps qui est très forte. Il y a une énergétique des corps qui sont presque dans une danse, en fait.
Yes, but
alors qu'ils sont en train de travailler. Enfin, vous photographiez beaucoup des scènes de travail.
Yes, but work, life, sort of quotidian, sort of, daily moments. So the flow of life.
Sculptures. I mean, you grew up in Rome. Think about it.
But also for sure, sort of a celebration of beauty. That is, that absolutely sort of, was very present. So I was fascinated sort of by the beauty of this place, by the beauty of its people. So that's certainly sort of transpires sort of and in that sense it is a celebration sort of that.
Mais du coup, il y a toujours ce trouble parce qu'on ne sait jamais si vous documentez une réalité ou si en même temps vous fusionnez avec elle. Et il y a cette espèce on est à la fois dans l'image, on est hors de l'image. Donc finalement, tout ce livre, on a le sentiment que vous posez tout le temps la question du point de vue. Est-ce que je suis un simple regardeur? Est-ce que je fais partie intégrante de la réalité qui m'est offerte? Est-ce que tout le livre, finalement, c'est de poser la question de qui regarde et comment regarder?
But these are the ongoing questions, which we sort of, Alex and I, and sort of, and we as photographers, sort of, pose ourselves, sort of, and I think so. Certainly, sort of, it was an ongoing question for us, sort of, and it's in, and it is a part, and it's an open question, by the way. It's not.
Donc c'est un livre plus théorique qu'il n'en a l'air.
We don't absolutely sort of have the ambition to provide any answer, sort of, but certainly sort of to highlight the question.
Absolutely.
Quelle va être la restitution de ce projet au Congo? Il y a quelque chose de prévu?
The exhibition.
Je sais pas, ou des choses des affichages dans la rue. Enfin, voilà. Comment vous avez envie? J'imagine que vous avez envie de restituer des choses.
One is sort of we will bring the show sort of to
Lagos.
Well, to Lagos.
To Lagos, and then we would like to. We're trying to find. We would like to live.
Ce film. Quel?
No film. The exhibition. We would like to. Well, first it goes to Lagos, and we would like to the exhibition travel a little bit, and then we are working to find a place, maybe in Brazil, where we can leave our.
We like to donate essentially sort of
it's not easy.
A copy sort of
Il y a des structures.
This is what we're in the process of sort of with the commission, with the foundation that commissioned sort of the project, sort of, but the hope is to sort of to make a donation sort of you know, of the work sort of to a Congolese sort of institution,
which is
so that it's there, so you know,
Yeah.
you know, that it exists sort of as a
Alors à propos de dons, je
as an
termine.
archive,
Oui.
sort of in sort of.
Ah, oui,
what-
ce serait
yeah.
formidable,
Yeah.
effectivement.
Fine.
Et à propos de dons, j'ai vu que les recettes du livre, les recettes du livre vont être reversées à une association. Je me
Oh,
trompe,
yeah,
oui.
the-
Alors, enfin, confirmez-moi d'une part, et qu'est-ce que c'est Links Energy, c'est quoi?
Non, ça c'est la commission qui a contribué, le sponsor qui a contribué à faire ça. Les premiers voyages ont été financés par un sponsor, celui-là. Qu'il a des orphanage, hospital.
Yeah, I mean,
NGO.
Links is a sort of is a company sort of that deals in sort of in energy essentially. Sort of, they have a foundation, sort of Links for Hope, and they sort of they sponsor a number sort of activities, sort of mainly sort of orphanages, sort of in the country.
Which we photographed.
Which we also photographed, and so the sort of the what is made sort of through the book sort of goes back to sort of to help fund these programs. This
Très
is
bien.
why it's so expensive.
D'accord. Alors, je me tourne vers le public. Ce matin, il y a il y a un studio France Inter qui arrive derrière nous, donc je peux vous donner la parole pour une ou deux questions s'il y en a, mais on ne pourra pas trop déborder parce qu'il faut qu'ils organisent le prochain studio. Alors, levez une main ou deux si jamais il y a une question ou deux.
Harry est là, levez la main.
Et est-ce qu'on a besoin d'un micro? Est-ce que quelqu'un veut poser une question? Est là parmi nous, membre de l'agence Magnum lui aussi. Voilà.
Alors,
Oui, dites-moi.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Moi, j'ai une question. Il s'avère que j'ai vécu au Zaïre, enfin maintenant la République du Congo, j'y ai vécu pendant 4 ans. Et je voulais savoir quelle a été votre impression la première fois que vous avez vu le fleuve,
Le Congo.
le Congo. C'est-à-dire que la première fois qu'on est, notamment quand on est à l'endroit où l'Ubangi-Chari et le Congo se rejoignent, ça fait 32 km de large. C'est un lieu absolument extraordinaire. J'étais en bateau sur cet endroit et je n'ai pas pu prendre de photos.
Well, I mean, okay, so I think there's many more, but there's at least sort of 2 books sort of which have completely sort of signed sort of my experience. Sort of one is Moby Dick and the other is The Hearts of Darkness, so obviously sort of the idea sort of encountering sort of being in front of this force sort of was was very present, sort of to a degree sort of my initial intention sort of was to sort of to discover Congo, so this Congo through through the river, so I mean, what can you, it's what we talked about, sort of it is about being sort of in front sort of something very very powerful, very strong, sort of and which carries a sense of mystery and some and some things which are unspoken or unsaid, sort of and it's it's there, sort of in front of you, it's inside of you, it's incredible.
For a while was also the idea in the book to use the river as a
as a metaphor, sort of as a sort of for the journey, but then we then it became the book became more complex, and but yeah, sort of it's awe, a sense of awe, I would say.
So there is a lady with a
On va
blue
vous donner
dress.
le micro, madame. Oui.
I was saying to congratulate you on an absolutely stunning exhibition. What struck me most about it, and I'd love some insight from both of you, is that there was a complete exclusion, I thought, of how the Congo is perceived broadly as a country that's dysfunctional, a country where there's continuous conflict and wars and going up and down from Goma to Bukavu and so on. And this exhibition really was, for me, daily life and the beauty and poetry of the country. Was that your intention, to exclude from the imagery that you created, not to have the conflict component that is omnipresent in the Congo?
Sorry, it's another Congo. I think you're referring to DRC.
Yeah.
Now, this is another country. There have been a war in the past, and there is actually some sign. There is a collage with a picture made with Paolo of tanks. There is, there is we touched upon. Thank you, Paul. Of that matter, but currently there's no war there. It's really peaceful and safe. You know, it's not DRC. That I think you're referring to. No,
not really. But having said that, sort of, and as per your question, sort of, as we've said, as we tried to say sort of a few times, sort of, I think it was more about sort of about life in a place, sort of, and the beauty and the poetry and loss of life and birth of life and these sort of. These values which we all share, these this human experience which we all share. So I think sort of rather than going to look for Alex mentioned the pygmies for an ethnographic approach or an anthropological approach or to look for an unrest sort of it really wasn't about that. It was about this beautiful opportunity, sort of being in a place and using what we do, so photography, sort of to experience it and to create a relationship and a dialogue. I think this is the ultimate sense of what we were trying to do.
Très bien, merci beaucoup. Eh bien, écoutez, on se retrouve. Il y a une conférence cet après-midi avec Ambroise Tesnas et Jean-Paul Curnier, qui est philosophe autour du dark tourism, le tourisme du désastre.